Welcome to Leadership Energetics. Oh my god. I wish I knew this sooner. It would have made me feel so much more free to speak with certainty and confidence. I think we all go through this experience where although people tell us to speak with confidence and speak with certainty and not to mumble and all these things, there is a level of opposition and also maybe conflict that creates this idea in our brain as humans. If I only speak in a more calm way, if I only speak in a more mellow or meek way, then maybe it won't invite in people feeling disrespected, people getting angry or conflict. But the truth is that's not actually true. It's a fallacy. And ironically, you speaking with certainty and more confidence is the thing that stops that from happening. That doesn't mean either one of them will stop or invite more than the other conflict or experiences that are uncomfortable. The truth is, there is no one way to be to fully control every single experience of your life. Trust me, I tried to find one correct way to be. The only correct way to be is to be authentically you. And I noticed this when I'm meeting children specifically. And children are basically what we all are internally, but then we grow up and become adults. So we have an inner child inside of us regardless of what age we become. And something that I notice in children, which is the most authentic state, because there isn't so much ego, so much masks that are created for self-defense mechanisms and survival mechanisms, is that children actually, even when I was in school, I even as a child used to have these thoughts. I wanted my teacher to be confident. I wanted them to speak with certainty. And I would do certain things to help them become more confident, to step into this place where they're more certain, so they could show up with this level of security, so that I could feel like I could trust them. So as a child, I think children, we want the people who are leading us to be in our power. We want them to be confident. We want them to speak with certainty. At a subconscious level, that's what we are seeking in leadership. We want them to be in the eye of the storm, peaceful. We want them to be somebody that is relaxed when we aren't, so that they can lead us, so that they can guide us, so that they can be our rock, our strength, our security, our sense of safety, right? So we will always, in subconscious processes, choose the person that brings us that level of grounding and security. That isn't to say that you can't have emotions and you have to always be in this zen moment. No. What's to say is that it really is your responsibility to find your center and balance, and also your temperance, and to work with it and not against yourself. So to learn self-mastery. I'd say leadership really is the path of self-mastery, and if you're watching this, you get it. You love self-mastery. You have this desire and this hunger and this fire to master yourself, to be better than you were yesterday, to show up and to just evolve, because that brings you life, that brings you energy, that brings you passion. And there's a reason you have those desires, because in leadership, your job is with your skills that you learn from every area of your life, from your hobbies, from how you relate to your family, to how you relate to your friends. All those skills that you learn, you then use to be able to create success for the vision with your team. So from getting from point A to point B, then you use all those skills to build your team and to build yourself in such a way that you can be prepared to create and achieve the goal that you set out to do. There is just such beauty in that. There is such beauty in having every single thing you do in your life matter so deeply, because every single thing you do is a benefit, a skill, and there's value in it. You can extract through reflecting, through processing, that then you can bring into your leadership and truly transform every single thing around you for the better. And that's why I think I have many reasons. I am extremely passionate about leadership, but I'd say that the main one is that it is all about self-mastery and becoming the most authentic, full version of yourself that you can be, and really seeing how far you can shine bright and how far you can really grow and evolve and develop yourself. And I think that the beauty of that is that it is a journey that when you up level in each stage of your leadership, right, each time you grow, it is such a journey that helps you set a level of a standard or teach other people around you a new way of being, because we are constantly impacting, influencing, and affecting the people around us. And when you become conscious and you bring that from a subconscious state, which is where most people are at, and you bring that to a conscious state, it's absolutely freaking amazing. It's absolutely freaking phenomenal, the impact and the change you can have in the world. I was just scrolling on my social media, which, bear in mind, I am reducing the amount I'm scrolling nowadays, but hopefully to one day just scroll zero. I'm like just fully be detoxing from my phone at some point. And that is something that I saw on my phone, which was really interesting. If you want to change the world, all you have to do is just change the like one person's life, because that's still changing the world. And I think having that perspective of like, I don't really have to go around and changing the whole like 7, 8, 9 billions, however people that are on the planet now, I don't have to go around changing that. I can just change my immediate environment or change the people who I'm deeply connected to at a like personal level, my family, my friends, etc. And that is changing the world because of the amount of impact one individual has to their surrounding. It's phenomenal how when you stop looking at leadership as a group, like you're leading a group of people, you're leading a number, like a big number of people, you start looking at leadership as I'm leading the one person that I'm speaking to in each moment, the game changes then. But think about it, and like when you do public speaking, which I've done quite a bit in my life, they always say, do not speak to the group of people, but speak to an individual. Like each time you're saying a sentence, look into an individual's eyes and speak to that person, and then once you finish the sentence, move on, make eye contact, and connect with the other individual in the group. And the reason I believe that is so powerful is because it helps you realize that you can only truly make an impact in great numbers, like in a group or whatever, when you realize you are always dealing with an individual. It's always about the relationship you have with each individual person. And then when it comes into like a group, that's your mastery of being able to hold more relationships. But again, all of relationships are individual to each person. So it's like mastery of like mastering. My old friend of mine, she is also into leadership, she's a leader herself, she'd say spinning loads of different plates, right? And I really love that example because it really shows that your balance in each, the more that you build your capacity to have mastery in one-to-one relationships, is you learning how to balance each one, right? And that's all about the thoughts you have relating to that person, relating to that individual, because that's all you can do in leadership. You cannot, and I mean you cannot think for them, you cannot feel for them. So what you can do is, from what you are in your side of the street, your capability and your power lies in the thoughts you choose to have, the actions you choose to take. And that's why I believe that like you should never ever ever let yourself be influenced about like what to think, what to do from someone outside of you. Because ultimately there's this quote, which also, I'm really feeling the quotes today, but there's this quote that says, on Judgment Day, whether you believe in hell or not, it's a really beautiful quote, and it'll give you food for thought. Whether you believe in that afterlife, it says on your Judgment Day, God isn't going to judge your actions based on that person told me to do it, when you had the choice and the free will ultimately at the end of the day. So that to me is so beautiful. That's why I think, I mean, you will relate to me. This is like a personal scholar thing, but that's why I personally really love leadership, because it's actually taking life seriously. It's taking this gift and this blessing that we have of this experience and realizing that everything we do matters, that we matter, that if the people around us matters, and it's just like to such a depth of like understanding the connection, the influence and the impact of everything, where there is such a consciousness and a conscious effect and impact that you do have on others, that it's just mind-blowingly beautiful. So I'm going to leave this video here, because this is what I'd say is the most important thing, is to just continue to living your life with certainty, confidence, and to just communicate in a way where you are owning what it is that you're thinking, owning what it is that you believe in with sureness, because ultimately the people that you are leading desire that. And you, at your core, if you really were honest with yourself, desire to own what you're saying with certainty and clarity. That isn't to say that to own something isn't to say that you think it's always correct, or you think that you can't have emotions that aren't confident and you have to just suppress them. No. To be confident and to speak with certainty is just being able to own whatever emotion is coming up as valid, and then move through that in a way that you can still speak with certainty. So it's not bypassing what your experience is, it's owning the experience, and from that space being able to communicate with certainty and confidence. Because it feels better to live life when you're able to be real and and trust yourself, because that's what confidence is. And certainty is just move with clarity and move with sureness and be intentional with your moves, because then you can move with certainty. And so that's beautiful. But even when you don't know if you're right, even when you are in the unknown, and you know you can still move with certainty and confidence, because ultimately I don't think that you need to be right to be confident and to speak with certainty and sureness. I don't think you need to earn your ability to be confident and certain. I think it's a feeling that you have to build, but it's not something you have to earn from other people. It's something that you build internally, and that's the shift, and that's the shift of thinking. So that's the video for today. I'll make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because I want to keep connected with you, and I'm going to be posting these videos very often. Speak to you soon.